Howdy, welcome to Simulator Sundays. It's November 19th of the 2023 time frame. We're here in the LAJ A Yard. We've got all kinds of stuff we've got to get out of here. All these outbounds have been processed, and we're going to put them together. And we did one like this not too long ago. And, well, the yard filled up, so I was looking around things to do. I was actually going to do a Depot Plus stream today, but that didn't work out because I was typing something in Discord when I was getting ready, and somebody else grabbed the local. I was just a Malabar local. Somebody else grabbed it and took it over in the OC when I was going to grab it while I was typing. So as soon as I got to typing, I went to go get it, clicked on the engine. It says, like, I was flying, so it says, well, you must be on the ground in order to take this locomotive. I was like, man, somebody just grabbed it from me. So we're back on the Mateo Community server, which is usually where we're at anyways. I have to do my, get some time in with the depot. And I was going to do it today, but we didn't get a chance to do. I looked around for some other work, and I didn't see anything that, like something I wanted to stream. So here we are. I was attached here earlier with these loads, so somebody put all the loads together for me. Got some empties towards the rear, but then there's two that are over here. I hear. So that's odd. So I brought these cars over from Malabar. This was the only thing left in Malabar, these oil tankers. So I brought them over, and the EOT is still on there, but I swear I removed it. Like, because I shut the thing, and I took the engines back already. The power's back over in Malabar. We used the little guys, the little engines that could. We brought them over here because it was light. That's all we brought. And as I said, I was attached to those heavies, and I saw two over here, so we're going to come over here. I had to detach and did all this right before I hit that go live button. And we're going to come get them right now. Miguel Hernandez, hello to you. I just had to remove my Spotify that was in the way there so I could see your text message, your chat. Welcome. I do have all the knick-knack, paddywhacks, all the labels on right now so I can see what's what as I start to build this. We're going to be going out in the main line as we're building this because the train's too long to do it all in the yard. I could back up through the LAJ, through the interchange over to LAJC, but a lot of work. We have to go out on Riddle though, because, you know, otherwise we are going to be going the wrong way. We need to head westbound towards Barstow. I've already named the train, so we're all set there. I just got to get all the paperwork and everything. Let me turn off. Gotta fly here. We're too close to the train. Be able to set handbrakes, so we'll set close there again. Everyone but the one I wanted. Okay, so let's. We've got the handbrake set. Come on back a little bit. Take some of the. Well, I'm not having you, sir. You're having me. You're the one who chose to come here, and I appreciate it. So thank you. Trying to bring the train back a little bit, just to open the couplers here. Notch 7. Why is it moving so? Maybe I have a brake on somewhere. I just didn't realize it. Maybe on the engines. All right, let's hold to disconnect. All right, and then we'll do a release of the handbrakes. Okay, so now we have our two loaded cars. We'll go back over and get the rest of them. What is, okay, we've got something going on here. Let me do this just to make sure I had everything. And we'll air up the cars. I don't think the cars are aired up. Two cars are holding me back here because they weren't aired up. That should be better. Yeah, we got 89. Is that 89? 89 is brake pipe. That'll work. And so we're going to go right down the line and just start grabbing cars and connecting them. Again, we're going to set this outbound. It's probably going to be too long to go. Well, I probably... Yeah, we'll do this. We'll just leave all these set. It's a little tricky because the loaded cars, outbounds that have loads in them, are going to be kind of in the middle. So as I pass all these, just set all the switches so that we can just pull forward, back in, and rinse and repeat many, many times. This is the yard work that I love so much. So again, we are in the multiplayer server. We're in the Mateo Community server. Let's just verify that we are in fact in the server. We have other people with us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is it just me right now? I started paying attention there. Let me go back. Oh, it's just me. Everybody else left. It was currently just me in. And that's okay because other people will be coming in, I'm sure. These are the ones that we need to pick up. The loads are here, so let's go back. I think I'll grab all these sets. They seem to be a little bit smaller than these two on my right. And why don't we hop on and ride this one back here if I can get on it. Now I've not set up any of these, so nothing has air in them right now. None of the hoses are connected that I believe. Normally when I put them together, I'll bleed the cars but leave the hoses connected. If the hoses are not connected, we'll look here. Those are not connected, so I'm going to be using the F7 air cheat. Is it F7? Yeah, I use a rail driver, so the keys are, I think it's F7 or F5, one of the two. I think it's F7. Almost sure. But since the hoses aren't connected, I'm going to use the F7 air cheat. I do know that I can uncheck, put air in all of them, and just connect all the hoses. We'll actually we'll demonstrate that. Well, this set here should be loaded already. I don't want to spend, you know, an hour airing everything up. All right, we are locked. Stand on the ground here. Multiplayer, it seems to work better that way. Connect air hoses. Go closed and closed. I'm going to go partial on the cars over here and look here. Sometimes if you go to open, it opens both. You just heard air go through, I believe. I see that it's airing up now. Let me go to the very back one to make sure that it is closed. All right, now we're also going to, on my other screen, I'm going to be documenting at the same time the status of the cars. So let me actually just do something here. You can't see it because I didn't set it up to do that ahead of time. And so I'm going to be doing that off screen where you guys can't see it. So my first set is going to be, we'll get flying in the air here. I'll move the mouse over to do this. All right, so if we do look at the depot map there, we can see that we are in the A yard. I'll get away from the locomotive so you can hear me a little bit better. So where this yellow car is here, that's track number 1, or A1, according to the map. So if I go A1, the locomotives right now are on A3. A1 through pretty much A7 or A8 are the ones that we have right now. We have all the tracks. That's why we're cleaning it up. Hello, Train Whisperer. So I'm on A3 right now. So in my documentation, I'm going to say A3. That's on the wrong side of what I wanted it to be. A3. We're 3.0. The loads that we have, if I click on this guy, so we have 21 loads and 7 empties. 21 plus 7. Our tonnage is 2923. Our length, overall length so far is 1894. And then the HPT we don't worry about till we get to the very end, because it's only going to matter after we connect the all the cars, all the loads together, and then the engines will report what the HPT or the the calculator will report. Damn it, will report what it is. Gotta hit space, enter or shift enter in Discord in order to put a space. I'm gonna do A1, A2, Control C, Control V. That'll be A1. Now I just need to. Paperwork's important. Okay. So I have all of them listed in Discord now, and just need to connect. Actually, let me do it this way. Relinquish. So we're gonna go there, then we're gonna go here, and the game's gonna crash. Well, that's not fair. So let me do this. You bring up the, like literally the, just crashed. So I'm relaunching back into the server right now. You can hear by the yummy music. We're loading into our single player right now. If I can do that, you'll see a little bit, and then I'll put in some password and all that here in a second. So we're back in the single player. Let me put in my stuff that I need to join. Go down here. Grab a specific password, put it in, and then bring you back in with me. So I'm going to do a world save here. LAJ A Yard. I'm going to save that. So now I have a local copy in case the server were to go down for whatever reason. But so now we're going to start back in the Discord where I was basically reporting everything. I'm going to select this. And then it crashed again. Something in that set is wrong, I think. That's very interesting. Something is wrong in there. So as I attach the train to it, then maybe I'll just skip A. We'll see if we can select a different. Well, no, because I clicked something else. Every update gets worse and worse, Mr. White. Well, it's only like when I didn't have everything, I was trying to select just so I could see. So we'll just do it a different way. We'll try it that way, and we'll see how it goes. Let me put in my super secret stuff. Join the Mateo Community server. Wait for it to connect me, which it just did. And then we'll bring you right back in with me. Gotta wait for the locomotive and stuff to respawn. It didn't disappear on me. But again, I have a local save, so. All right, so here we go. So if I click on this, now I have this, control this. So we're just gonna basically forego the individual logging of the trains and all that. We'll just put in the total at the end. I would like to leave it, I'm gonna leave it in the Discord for now until I get all done. Now what I'm gonna do, check this out too, because this is important. So actually I have to change the date to today, which is the 19th. I don't have to, but we like to. It just makes sense to do it. Get all my stuff back up. I'm going to take my train, let's see, load and save my train. Call this, oh, let's see, so we're at LAJ A Yard 19, and I'll just call it Cream. I've got train selected. So now I have a copy of what I have attached right now to the locomotives. If something happens, I got it. As I connect to the next cut, I'll just save it and overwrite that. That way, again, I have everything that I need. Make sure my switches are all aligned, as I am going to be pulling out on the main, as I mentioned just a minute ago. That switch is good. That switch is good. I can't go out too far right now because that train's there. But once I get on this area, I'm going to request mainline authority, which typically you don't need to. Actually, I can give myself a restricting as well. We'll just do a restricting, then we don't need mainline authority. Mainline authority is, I'm going to be going back and forth on the main line, pulling forward to clear the lane here of the yard, and then backing back up. The mainline authority will give me that authority to go in each direction as often as I want till I relinquish authority. So I may do that instead of restricting. I don't know if I'll get dinged for signals or not. Probably won't actually do mainline authority because you can only do like a block. I don't know if you can do multiple blocks, but I'll just do it. I'll just do restrictings. A couple more steps, but it's safer. Bring up the blurbs again. So here we go. This is the loaded set. Most of them have loads on it. And then we're going to back all the way up here to grab small set next. Make sure I don't go too crazy. How much room do I have here? Yeah, I'm almost done. We can see over here, I'm not over the bridge yet, so. All right, let's start using some dynamics. I'm gonna change this one to straight. That one to straight. That one, if I can get it. That one. So that means we have all of the... We're just going to go down the line now and just pick all the way down. I put too much dynamic brakes on. If I look down here at the bridge, should be on it. We're right there. You can barely see it. We still got room because the signal is about right there's the signal, so we got room. Single engineer conductor. That's why I use this thing up here. All right, I just need these wheels to pass. 5 miles an hour, bring it to a stop, throw that. Well, that one. Coming to a nice stop here. Okay, coming in reverse. Oh, I don't even want to go 7 there, rail driver. Just wanted to go 2. I did a quick jam into notch 7, but we're going to go all the way in. We're going to grab those tankers, pull forward, grab the next set, pull forward, grab the next set, pull forward, and so forth. Rinse and repeat till we get to those yellow ones. Then we're going to update with the number of cars that we have. Or not the number of cars, but the overall. I don't know if we're going to put a DPU on it. We can't figure that out until we have everything on there, because I don't know what each set of these weigh. Like, I could do it in single player if I wanted without... I won't crash in single player. There's something in the server that's making me crash when I click on them. It might be a corrupted car or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure out if we can connect to them with the locomotives. And then we'll just save the train every time. All right, 5... Slowing her down. A little bit of a train there. So we're at just under 5. So we're at a good coupling speed. There's my mouse. There we go. 4.4. All right. We'll stand on the ground. And again, there's no hoses. We'll see. Wait. No, these are the ones I brought over. So that has hoses on it. Perfect. That was another thing I was going to do when I was going to get the stats for them. Is I was going to go and connect all the hoses. All right, I'm looking at my CFM right here under 80. Then I'll go ahead and crack open the angle cock all the way. We're at 74, so it's under 80. Let's see if that works. It should. Now we're open on both ends. We have handbrakes on. We'll release those. Brakes are just releasing at 82 up here. You look in the very back. In the very back here. On this tanker here, we got 83. Brakes are just off, so we'll go ahead and start pulling forward. Notch 2, handbrakes are released, coming forward. Like we got, I don't know, a dozen. We go ahead and go here to train. I keep saying train, but I want to go load save. I want to save the train. And this is an H train. LAJ bar stream, right? LAJ bar stream 19 right there, that one. We'll override it, so now we have the current train that we have saved. Best thing to do in this situation that we have now, where we're not sure what's going on. Also look in there on the bridge, make sure I don't pass that signal that's right over there somewhere. Five more cars, we should be okay. Yeah, there I am. Coming up on that signal. It is right there. It's kind of hard to see, especially when I'm zoomed in like that. Well, I'm not making anybody sick. I've got to go 2 more switches, one more, couple sets of cars there. Got the room to do that. Well, that one's good. All right, we'll get on the ground here. So that one come to a nice simple stop. Okay, coming on back. I can control F8 to get the basic stats of each cut. The problem is when I was connecting to each cut, you have to relinquish and I would go try to grab the next cut, the game would crash. So, what's up, Hagen? Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah, I don't use the keyboard normally, so that's pretty cool. Control F8. See, does it say it here, though? I don't see it here. It only says it on this one for some reason. And this one. I wonder why these cuts don't say it. I wonder if these are corrupted or something. That's why it doesn't say it. But thank you. I didn't know Control F8 will show that information. I use a rail driver, so I basically, I'll just cycle through this, and I've never seen it done that way. Yeah, I was looking at the other end also. Yep, there they are. Okay, so those are the lead cars. Well, that's good to know. Again, that's something I've never actually even noticed. I do this all the time, but I do it where I show the car tags, but I usually do it from the locomotive side, and that's like if I'm going to take screenshots, I'll get rid of that stuff so I can take a screenshot. And then I do, like, turn all that stuff off. Why is it not going away now? I turn all that stuff off anyway so I can get rid of it. Excellent. See, even I learned stuff. So those other cars, they must be the lead of these cuts. That's why I wasn't showing on that side. All right, what do we got? Just under 2 cars to go. I probably passed that signal. No, the signal's way over there. I'm good. As soon as I connect to these, I will give myself restricting because I got just over half a dozen here. Looks like 8. And that's not going to be... I'm gonna be going past that signal, so I'll just give myself restricting. All right, so again, if these airlines aren't connected back here, those are perfect. Those are all connected. Then we'll just do it, even if we have to pump them up, that's fine. We'll partial on this one. The reason I did a partial on one side is if I do open, sometimes both of them go flow open and you PCS, but if you do one side partial, then it's it usually doesn't open both ends. I haven't seen it yet. The FM is at 62 as long as it stays below 80. Wait for it to stabilize 67. Okay, it's open now. Release the handbrakes. 78, so the brakes are still applied. Wait till it comes above 80. 80 on the rear. Okay, let's go ahead and release the belt off on the brakes. I'm coming forward at notch 2. I'm going to go ahead and get on the right dispatch screen here. I'll zoom in it. And we're going to be passing CP Riddle here and here. So we'll give ourselves, can't do that. Oh, I can. We're going to give ourselves those 2 restrictings. That will prevent any traffic from taking that main line away from us. And until I pass that far restricting onto the actual main, I think it's main 3, it will stay in restricting. So just to verify, we're up here, we have a restricting here. And we'll check the next one, which should also be. So that's restricting. As soon as we pull out here, that will go red, and then we'll have to adjust them again. The second one we're not going to be passing yet. Probably until we grab this cut here. But once we pass this switch here, throw that and then reverse. What do you guys have for Turkey Day plans? You going out to see family? You guys staying home and cooking there? I'm going to be going out to my son's. He just moved down in Orange County. Gonna go down there and pick him up, go somewhere to eat. Don't know where yet. He's got an apartment, so and he's not a cook. We're not gonna. Usually we have chicken or chicken. We have the big chicken, which is turkey. All the stuff. I love ham. Marv USA staying home. I'd prefer to stay home, but I've got to go take him a little mini fridge that he asked for. So we'll take him that and then check out his new place. He lived the other place nearly a year and we never even saw it. About an hour away from me. I'm over by the West Colton and San Bernardino Yards at the BNSF Mainline. He's down there in Anaheim, close to the Fullerton area. Not too far from Fullerton Airport, where I grew up in that area. Take a look, see here. Coming up on the other signal. I usually, like when we do turkeys, what I like to do is, I used to love to deep fry them, but then you get all that oil mess that you have to clean up. So then we got called an infrared turkey fryer. It basically uses the same tank for your barbecue, propane wise. And, but it doesn't use any oil. So, I mean, you can put rub a little oil on the bird when you put on your, what do you call it? The seasoning on the outside, your rub, and then you stick it in this sucker and it takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours for 12, 13, 14 pound turkey. And that's not as good as deep fried, but it's not that much different. Just slightly different. All right, we got that switch. Let's go ahead and come on back. See if we can actually ride this. That's pretty good. It stays juicy. That's the biggest thing is, me growing up, turkey was always dry. You know, it's like been in the oven for 15 days, you know, cooking. Grind for like another 10 days, and then you go to eat it and it's all dry. Like a shoe leather. So when we start deep frying them, just don't put them in there frozen because they'll shoot out like a damn mortar. Or wet. All right, we're at 3.5 and things stopped on a dime for us. Could be stretched out there. The handbrakes were on the part that we jumped into. Okay, that's closed. Like all these airlines are connected. We see here. This is like 281, 271. So Deaky, who has been here in the stream last weekend, many weekends, like he did a lot of this. So thank you so much for lacing everything up for me. Or for whoever were to come behind and do all this. You're freaking awesome, sir. All right, let's get, he's got 73, so they have a little bit of air in them. Let's find where the hose is dangling. Keeping our peepers out for a dangling hose, dragging somewhere in here. Not that one. Not that one. One more. That's it. All right, let's connect that. We're partial on this side and fully open there. You can hear the air go through. Watch your CFM. It goes up, so it's mostly charged. 42. We'll go ahead and open it all the way. Can't check the pressure off the EOT because we don't have one yet. I noticed something too, Mr. White, and that's the last 2 patches, I think. I know for sure this one. I put an EOT on, whether manual, it seems to be random. If the AI puts one on, the light flashes. If I put one on, I don't get the turbo whine, and then I don't see the light flash. It's either manually or automatic. If I do the auto EOT, I forgot which one it is. Either manual auto EOT, the turbo whine doesn't happen. So, but if I get the turbo whine, I still don't have flashing light unless I take over an AI train. So if you want a flashy light, you can tell it to AI and then relinquish it, and you should have a flashy light. It's one way to do it. We're going to try that too, see if that works. Okay, so we're up to 85. We are good. Let's go over here. Let's just check to make sure that we still have that restricting. I don't know if we passed it or not. We have not yet, so it's still ours. Check the switch and that switch. And I mean, we're good all the way up to that red light there. That's ours right now because we have the track switched for us. But we have all the room that we need. Let's pull her forward a little bit. I know, they keep fixing it and it keeps coming back. I know, it's crazy, right? All right, handbrakes off on all cars, pulling forward. And let's keep an eye on what we got here. HPT's down to 2.9, 46 tons, 4,600 tons. Our length is up to 4,590. So this train might be too long for AI by the time we're done with it, because we got several tracks to go yet. I mean, not everything's going to get, you know, I don't expect it to be addressed. I mean, but something like the flashing light, right? It worked and it broke. Same thing with when the AI comes towards you and they dim their headlights. Now that's weird because some single player it works, some multiplayer servers it works. On the Mateo Community server it works sometimes. It seems to be really randomized as when it stops working. There'll be no change. Like sometimes they do a reboot and then the reboot fixes it until, I don't know, it runs out lower on memory or whatever's happening. Gotta ask a programmer. Erratic. Yeah, but you go on Depot and it works all the time. I have not, no, I take that back. I've seen it on the Depot Plus as well where it does not work. I had to think about that for a minute. But for sure now we're going to be passing our restricting, which will turn it red. We'll be able to back up this way without a problem, but next time we want to pull forward, we're going to need to give ourselves a restricting again if we come behind it. Otherwise, we get a little flag in our report card, sad face that says we didn't ask for permission. When you don't have all the car packs, is it possible to get next to the Run8 boxcar and tell which pack it belongs to? Yes. I'm going to bring this, when I bring this to a stop after I pass this switch, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, because that's a great question. Very good question. But yes, it is quite possible. And it's very simple. You helped me out with that Shift F8 or Control or whatever it was, which I don't need to do that because, again, I use the rail driver. But I know what button to push on the rail driver. But now I know I can get the stats of all the trains, so we're going to help each other out today. There's a couple different ways you can do it. I'm going to show you an easy way, but then we can also look at, oh, you know what? Right now I need to save this because now I have more cards on here. Just so I have, because we're in multiplayer, just so I have a nice good copy of this train as I'm working it. And I want to see, update my little deal here. So we still have 21 loads, 55 empties at this point. Tonnage is now 4637, 4637. And our length is 4590. We'll just keep fixing that. You don't even have to use the ECE. Especially so you couldn't use ECE like if you're on the server, right? Because you don't, most of you guys don't have consist editor abilities. However, as these wheels pass here, tell the engineer, get ready to stop here and half a car. So we're gonna throw this switch here. So you see this UTLX right there? The 139097. We go here to the depot. I went into reference in rolling stock database. So if we go into the cars that we're looking for, so we're looking for a tanker car, right? Is it one of these? So we're looking for like UTLX. That's not in that one. 105. UTLX, it right there. The UTLX and a whole bunch of numbers. So if we look at that, it says right here, the model type is a 105 tanker. And that one is literally on this, I believe that's here, right? Let's see. Because if it was a different type of car, so let's say SD40, and go to the other side here. Even though this is not a 40, but so this is ES44. ES44. Select our railroad, BNSF. Probably not. It sounded easier in my head, but well, I guess you can't select it like that. But anyways, the way that I was showing you, so you see these aren't them because they start, the serial number is UTX. Problem is that those aren't add-ons. They're like base game. So if we go to reefer, if we look at like the reefers, it should tell you what car pack it is. Although those are pack 1 and there's no pack 2s that I can see. Like mixed freight would be under M. Here, look for M. MC coil cars, that'll work. So that'll be that one will be a mixed freight pack 2. So that's a Coil Evans car. So we should have some of those. I fly into the dirt. So if I look at like this one. So this is the CRLE. So you see right here, this is a Coil Evans covered CR1. And that's going to be a mixed freight pack 2. That's another way to do it. I can't show you if you're doing in single player. You could always do it on the, as Mr. White said, the The EC, the external something or other. Why'd my brain go dead? I have it in my file. I use that all the time to like sort how the cars are here if I need to. Put the loads up front real quick if I need to do some stuff. So you can do it using that. The consist editor, basically what it's called, but I don't remember what the... Missing some letters there. Missing something. Okay, we're going all messed up. Gotta stand on the ground. Let's go ahead and go back. Well, I can't do that. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you can use the consist editor. You can use that website, the depot. They've indexed them all. All right, coming on back. Mr. White did say the depots, but yeah, you just buy all the car packs and you don't have to worry about it, right, Mr. White? Of course, you got to be, you know, somewhat rich in order to do that. But then if you play this for a couple hundred hours, 1,000 hours, you get your money out of it. I have, Andrew, I don't know if you're in the Mateo Community server, the multiplayer Discord, or the server that we have. But if you are not, there is a link down below where it says Mateo server, where I'm playing right now. We also have an East Coast server called, but it's a different Discord, but you're either one, you can play on the other one. However, I have put a list together of my recommendation on... First, I think you should buy... Like if you... This isn't for you, you probably already have most of this stuff, but those who are just starting out and they want to start getting car packs, I really recommend getting the San Bernardino Sub if you enjoy doing locals. If you like doing road hauls, then, you know, get whatever you want. You can go to Bakersfield back and forth all day long. But if you like doing this kind of work that I'm doing now, which is yard work and locals and so forth, then you're going to want to get the San Bernardino Sub because it has the most yard work. And then the next DLC to connect you to Barstow would be the Cajon Sub. Then you can pretty much spend 14 or 16 hours driving straight with no brakes. And then do yard work. That's if you choose. Got 82 on the rear, just about ready to go here. I'm going to release the handbrakes. Okay, you're gray? Okay, cool. You'd be the one I was talking to earlier. As I said, I was going to do a Depot Plus stream today. For no other reason than I have to, with Depot Plus, you don't have to go on every day or like every month or whatever, but they do not like when you go for a few months without activity on their server. That's why you're in there, to move stuff around. And I've been busy, so I haven't been able to get in there. Pulling forward, by the way, let me check to see if I'm, okay, so I'm already past that. Well, we're up to, oh, we got to go to that switch there, or that light. No, you're not responsible for that. Like I said, I could have gathered the engine. I could have tackled it ahead of time, but I didn't. It was me. It was my fault. If you want to take the blame, I won't stop you, but it really was my fault. But and the information I was giving you, I thought was pretty good, because you had been asking a couple things, and hard to understand the big picture of things sometimes if you're not always dealing with it. What seems like you know, it makes sense, everything you're bringing forward, except for all this is dynamic. So what's here now, imagine if a supply train was coming in, you know, and you're telling people, oh, you have to take stuff over here, because nobody has to do anything. That's the biggest thing about the Mateo server. The only thing you can't do is break rules. If you want to drag stuff all the way over here, one thing I don't like is when an engineer brings a train, let's say they recruit in San Bernardino or Martinez, you know, one of those sidings, and they drove it for a couple hours to get here. I don't want to make them pull the supply train all the way over here, you know, because they've already done a few hours of work. Maybe they don't have time to actually continue, and then they have to break it up in that yard. So whereas if this is where they want to drop it off because there's room, bingo, that's kind of how I look at it. Just, you know, do whatever you want, as long as we know where the power's out. Not out, but at. There isn't a lot of detailed instruction on purpose, by the way, and that's because it's sometimes too fluid, too dynamic to have kind of those set things. Like I went and got those tankers from Malabar right before the stream, you know, because that was the only thing there. There was no other cars in Malabar, but like 12 tanker cars. So I just grabbed them, brought them over here because I knew this was going out. Did I update my stuff? No, so I have to do that again. Save the train again in case something happens. We now have a copy, so if something happens to it, we can get it back. I'm going to update on Discord. What's going on? Well, I don't even know. I'm not even going to try. I know who you are, but you're WLPH. I mean, that's a sound that you make. I don't know if that's a name for me to try to say. I'm going to go up to 84 empties now. Going to increase our tonnage, which we're going to need more power. We're on a couple DPUs, though. And our length is now at 6203. We're getting close to... Actually, I believe... Okay, check this out. So I've got 3 more tracks of stuff here. And this is at 6203 now. Where's my engine at? So with HPT 2.4, that is above the minimum. The minimum is 2.0 for San Bernardino and Cajon. It's 2.2 if you're going down Mojave, but we're not going down Mojave. We're going to Barstow, which is just on the other side of Cajon. So let's check this out. So we got LAJ bar 19. And Chris loves doing this, by the way. This is actually acceptable. I'm going to do LAJ bar 119 because this is one of 2 that's departing today. But BNSF 8004 is currently ready because it's at 6203 feet. So it's long enough. It's just long enough to AI. So in my job posting, I'm going to put the engineer and the conductor's name in there because I always like doing that just because I'm silly like that. AI, engineer, conductor. And let's see. This is BNSF 8004. 30, 21, 84, 57, 43, and 6203 in the footage. So I'm going to do this. AI engineer's name is Arlen INZUNZA. And the conductor's name is ALI IGLE SIS. Okay. Of course, I wrote that crazy on the first name, so because I had the caps lock on. All right, so that one's out of here. Now I'm going to let Barstow Yard Ops know. Okay, AI train inbound. So now that this guy is out of here, now we'll go back over to here. We're gonna fire up some more, and depending on how long this is, this should be close to AIable. If not, we'll drive it ourselves and go look and see what else we can grab along the way. What I do with the power here, as you can see, they're like all facing one way, so I can just grab what I need. So sometimes you get this where the wrong side's in there, and that's okay. So we'll grab this one here. We'll start this one up. I didn't hit start everything, I hope. That'd be silly. Wolf. So it's wolf gulp sound. I was reading what Mr. White said. Burning time. Let's see. I thought I disconnected. Closed and closed. So now we're disconnected. Parking brake, handbrakes were removed. In reverse. And then we're going to go down here. We'll fire up this NS guy and get it out of the yard. Thinking up the place, you know. Like, I don't care what the locomotives, what colors are on them, what symbols. Some people do. Like, oh, I got to drive UP or I got to drive NS, like CSX. I don't care. It's all the same color inside, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to pull this up to right here. Start up this guy, actually. I can't because I don't have control of it. I mean, I get the PH at the end. I see it now. Wolf, quite a creative way of doing it. All right, let me get back here, throwing a handbrake so we don't lose this sucker down the road. All right, I'm gonna do a save. I'm just gonna save the world where I'm at in case something happens. And I'll save up here. You see, I got millions of saves. Because last time the game would crash, so let's see if I'm gonna do that this time. I'm only doing one, so let's see. Closed, disconnect, connected. Go inside here. Let's give ourselves the ability to move stuff around. Gotta come backwards a little. Oh, I gotta turn the handbrake off first. Here, this one's on. Don't want that force app taken off. Brake's probably broken on that one. Ah, it's from Wolfenstein. Yeah, good old days. All right, what did I do here? Why? Because I didn't relinquish. go inside. Why? Because of brake pressure? I have. We're probably not in run, are we? Cut in on the brakes. There is. Trying to turn it. There we go. We got to go up. Oh, you got to pull down. That's what it is. All right, there we go. Okay, now let's get out and let's fix that. Whoop, other side. Oh, we got flashing lights on the front. Flashing ditch lights. I love wig-wag ditch light. They're ditch lights. I like slamming on the brakes and watching it slide. It's a little rough at first. We got it. All right, let's connect the MU cable. Let's see. On our half three was 2, not 3. We'll connect the airlines. Go partial. Open. Be the front one. To back up a little bit. All right, that's our lead unit. I'm just going to auto everything here, except for the EOT. We don't need those. Still do this, even though I don't need to. Oh, it's DPU lead, though. We wanted MU. And when we come out, we're going to go this way. Yep. These are all going to be empty, so this isn't really that big of a deal. We got 3 lanes, so 1,700 times 3, about 20. No, 1,700 times 3, so 5,000 or so. 5,500. All right, F11. Let's click on the cab. Didn't work, probably because I'm standing down. I was gonna get in the cab, but now I just got to. There we go. Hold the left F11 and then click on your mouse. Be all lined up. Find out here in a minute. This is 9085 for the tagger here. And this is, I think the other one was H, by the way. It should have been M. I never changed it. So M LAJ bar 219. That's the second one that's going out here today. Now we got to run. Got a kiddos ready for bed. All right. Well, I mean, we'll be here another hour. Get them to bed. Sleep at time. Good luck. Never happens. Tell mine to go to bed. This was many years ago, but tell him to go to bed, and he figures out, oh, it's time to play out with an iPod or something. Something he wasn't supposed to do. Hopefully I lined everything up right. Otherwise we're going to be coupling with a cut from the wrong side. Probably pretty hard at 12.7. Nope, I lined it up right. Should be out of here. Already over here. Oh, I did do it. LAJ bar. Nice. And that's 2 luckies in a row. I lined everything up, and I named the train correctly. Dude, we're rolling heavy today. We still got an hour left of the stream, and there's plenty of times to make mistakes. I got 3.0 on this one. I don't think I'm gonna need that, but again, for 5,500, we can like I can isolate one, but then the AI is gonna turn it back on. They got to run full power, which is weird because they can run up. If you underpowered, AI will still get it up the hill. That's Cajon Pass. They don't care. They're like, yeah, we can get it. All right, let's get some lights on in here. We don't need that one on. Just the gauge lights. Go. We should have our step lights on, gauge lights. Horn enabled. Fresh air blower. Maintenance lights. Oh, that's inside of the engine compartment. We don't have an EOT yet. I think there was other cars here too, but they're not lined up, so we'll grab what we can grab. As soon as I get up to this switch over here, I will start a countdown timer. About now. Looking right here, and we'll wait till it says 0. This is an ace too. All right. Test the brakes. Well, I guess I hit the timer too soon, because look, just a couple wheels. Now we can get past it. The only thing, these things take a minute to kick in. Why? Because they're AC, the DC. Not as responsive, seems like. Probably helps the traction. I haven't tried starting these on. Oh, maybe I did. Hello, Jeff. Or Jeffrey. Let me go and let's see. Okay, so this one doesn't have all the airlines connected already. They're not laced up. So we're just going to hit F7. The FM's coming down. We shall see. connected now. CFM's coming down. Let's look at the last car. See this guy. Release the handbrake since we have control of it via the power in the front. And our 84 on the rear. That means we can pull forward. It'd only been 2. I went crazy on it because I missed the mark and I hit more than 2. I hit 3 like I was going backwards. And let's see. We got friends over here and sounds like across the way from us. Or is that my, that could have been my, I heard my horn, or a horn. It could have been from the stream that I'm monitoring in the background. So, got all those grain cars in the back. So about 25 or so. 25, I think we'll be just shy of that signal over there. Keep an eye on it. Or we just give ourselves a restricting now because we know we're going to go past it. Let's do that. And that covers that one. See, it's flashing now, so we have the restricting. We will, after we connect this next cut, we'll give ourselves on that mini one there so that we can pull out in the main. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Doing pretty good. Those of you who like the Dallas Cowboys, they won earlier. Those of you who don't, they didn't play today. They decided to quit the NFL, so you guys can be happy as well. You guys don't need to worry about Dallas Cowboys anymore. They quit. They will. They will in December. Anyways, they happen to make the playoffs. They'll be one and done as usual. One of the frustrations of this fan is they get close enough and then they just bomb it. Especially if they face San Francisco again this year. San Francisco annihilated them earlier. You love trains? You know, it's so funny that you're in the right place if you enjoy trains. We have some trains here. This is how you found us. Do you have Run8 as well, or do you play the sim? Uh-oh, we got 5-0 over here. Got somebody. Oh, what he did. All right, so we got a few, I think about 5 or 6 cars to go. We're going to be shy of that. Oh, you get to go see trains all the time? That's cool. We are 4 more cars to go. Again, if I pass that restricting, not a problem. So if you don't know, I mean, you found me via trains, but we are playing a Run8 simulator. We're on a multiplayer server right now, the Mateo Community server. Which, I don't know if there's anybody else on yet. I've seen a few people on. So it's kind of slow tonight. We have 2 other people. The SVR host is the actual account that runs the server, but then me and then 2 other people currently in. One guy's up in West, or he's headed to West Colton from LA, which is right around, just down the street from us on the UP side. So we're in the Los Angeles area. We're at LAJ. Coming on back. Not too hard to drive a train. Just gotta be patient. Right, we're at the head end is at 4 miles an hour. We're coming on back. Start. Let's use some dynamics here. Getting a little bit long. Down to 4. There we go. That should work right there. Good couple. See where the head end of the train is here in a second. Let's see. Do I have airlines attached? Negative. All right. All the airlines are attached. All the angle cocks are open, and we got to wait for air to get to the back. There's my one in the rear. Off the handbrakes. All the handbrakes are released. All right. Yeah. So there again, the link is down below in the description, but you're looking for the Mateo Community Discord. Mine's in there. The Run8 Enhancement, the Depot Plus, or the Depot's Discord's in there. And the High Green Run8 servers are basically the same person who hosts this server. He also hosts the East Coast server on the same machine, but he has a separate Discord for that so that he can manage it a little bit better. I have no insight as to when the developers are going to connect Fresno to Sacramento. I do hope it's soon. I also want to see them connect Orange County and San Diego up to the rest, and then they could be done with SoCal, because those are the only things missing from SoCal. Is the UP down to Yuma, which takes you through Palm Springs. I actually live in the area of West Colton and San Bernardino, within a few miles of me. I work very close to the yard as well in West Colton. I just spent the last 11 years staying right next to the Barstow yard while I worked out at the military base out there. So I'm very familiar with this area of town. I was not very familiar with the Los Angeles area. I am now as the Yardmaster for BNSF for the San Bernardino Sub. All the yards in there are ones that I manage. And let me look at the last car here. I think we're ready to go. Let's see, we got 82 on the rear, so let's go ahead and pull forward. You know, I've ridden an Amtrak train up in Sacramento, and it was a lot of fun. I don't like driving them because I'm not good at stopping. Because, you know, it's kind of weird. It's like if you're running a passenger train, you have to stop often, a lot more often than freight train, unless you're doing this kind of yard work. But you're going fast, and then you got to stop in time to let the passenger out on the platforms, and I'm not good at stopping those things, so I literally don't have any interest in Amtrak from a simulator perspective at all. But I do enjoy riding on them. I just don't have a lot of experience. I've ridden on one. I tend to fly places because it takes, you know, it's a lot faster to fly somewhere, especially when you're dealing with Amtrak and their delays. It isn't always their fault, but they're the ones offering the service. So we are going to pass that restricting I just set. I've got about another 35 cars or so to go. Let me make a save of the train that I currently have. So we called the last one. Say I got it twirled. Let me go to save. So this is another LAJ, not a dash bar, but a bar -2. And it's 19 stream. So then I have the regular one that was a 1, now a 2, just to sure I have these outbound saved. In case something were to happen, I can easily put them back. You guys don't have the ability to do that, unfortunately, in the server until you're a Yardmaster. But we can do that for you, so you don't need to worry about it. And what are our stats right now? We look at the stats, currently 2,000 tons. We've got 3753 on the footage. So with this next 1,700, we're going to be around 53 or so, 54, 55, 5,500, which is the minimum that I suggest we send trains out on the road is 5,000 feet. We will be able to do that. And we might actually have enough time to just drive it down to La Mirada. And I know there's stuff in La Mirada, so we'll drive this down and see what we can pick up there and AI it from there if needed. There's also a siding just past La Mirada, between La Mirada and Fullerton, which is it's a rather long siding. Usually I put trains there that I need to put together or something from there, but they're long, so each siding's like 7,000 feet, 8,000 feet. What's up, Hank? How you doing, bud? Just saw that you commented already. Yeah, I took the L in Chicago. I went there for boot camp many years ago. That was neat, but let's see. So we're past that. We are okay. So we're past restricting on the main. We're not going to be backing up that far, so that restricting is ours. That track is still ours. Fall to the ground here. As soon as we pass this, I got to get my dynamics ready. We're at 4, coming down. Want to stall out too much. 3, 4, coming down. Throw that switch. Wait for a stop here. Oh, my hand slipped. Come on, get on. There we go. All right. Yep, I know. I've moved it in the reverse as far as even out of the dynamics. Okay, coming on back. You want to compress slowly. I don't want to bust up any couplers. We haven't busted one yet. Man, Tucson to Chicago. How many days did that trip take, and how many days was it supposed to? Is the question that I have. That's probably a 2.5 day trip, I think, without delays, and I wonder how long it actually took. All right, got a couple more feet to go here. This will be the last cut that we need. And we'll get our total stats. All right, let me hit F7. Everything's laced up. Stand on the ground. That's actually the front. Okay, we're going to be going on the main line, so we'll turn on the brights here. Actually, we will once we get the clearance. Go back here. Handbrake's coming off. I got to enter an EOT. Oh, the light came on. I guess it depends on the car there, Mr. White. What type of car it's attached to, because I did it on a box car, I think, or something before, and it didn't come on. So this is now documented, so I can say it does work sometimes. Now, let me get rid of that information. You get this information here. So we're at 5404. We're going to drive it to La Mirada and see what we got. But at first, I want to update my post here. And then Control C, Control V. Still need to fix that. So we're 3.0. I got to see what the BNSF lead power is. I've got no loads. My empties are going to be 88. Tonnage is pretty light at 3149. I'm doing this off screen here on my Discord. Paperwork's important. 104. HPT currently is 4.3. We can isolate engines. We'll just say X for now. Departing LAJ to LMC for pickups. Pickups. That's so hard to spell. Get the lead engine number, which is 9085 9085. Okay, posting that. Let me get a train save. So it's right now it's 4.3. If I do an isolate on this guy back here, this NS, so we're not using his power, then down to 2.9. So we'll leave it there for now because that makes more sense. Right now it's an M train, but we're going to AI it, so it'll stay an M unless we get too much on it. Checking out everything here. We're going to jump in the cab. We are headed to bar. Our road number is, or the symbol is LAJ bar 219. Road number just said 9085. BNSF 9085. Look at our Deal here, we're going to go to La Mirada. So in order to get into the La Mirada yard, we need to go here and stop there at that signal. The switch is right here to pull into the yard, which is like all this. Well, I mean, on this dispatch map, it's pretty much just this block here, and we'd pull back in somewhere over here. So let's request that block there. Ask Otto, see how much he's been drinking. Now I'm going to go ahead and start moving forward. He might tell me to wait, call him at the next signal, which is that red light way up there. Nope, he gave me a 10 fur. Signal indication for BNSF 9085 eastbound. Take a look here, and he's got me routed all the way up right here to Main 3 of Commerce, where the gas station is. I didn't actually check to see if we need any gas either. I think we're all right. I'm going to start a countdown timer from here so we don't go speeding out of the yard. DOT says 87 on the rear. We are underway. Burning brights on the front. We got an advanced approach ahead of us. Mrs. Beer has moose tracks ready to go. That's ice cream. Keep an eye 15 miles an hour until we clear the rear of our train out of the yard onto the main, and then we can haul Kong booty. Our track speed, that's 15, but I think we're 40. I think we can do 40 here. Bring up the map. We still have it on that guy, but now we can go up to the departing map. So we're, like as I said, we're going to go in the yard right there. So he's going to have me stop right before that, give myself restricting so I can pull in the yard. But we're on Main 3 right now, 14 miles an hour, headed eastbound. And look at it, like a 40, there's a 40 speed limit back here. I see a passenger 60 and 79, but like we're up to at San Gabriel and hit 650 miles an hour. I'm gonna say we're limited. We can't go up past 50 as a freight, like anywhere, unless you're manifest 50. But if you are intermodal, you can go the passenger speeds we're allowed. We're going to do 50 all the way through. We don't have any slowdowns until we enter that approach to the yard. So we'll get a approach that'll slow us down to 30 before La Mirada, somewhere in this, well, probably in this area after Norwalk. Yeah, 2,200 feet to go before I can hit the gas. Flashing yellow is like, come on, let's go. I'm like, I can't. I'm dragging my butt through the yard still. 1,600 feet to go, though. That advanced approach is going to tell me also that I need to be prepared to slow down. So if we go here, pop up, yeah. We go here, actually was under download signal rules. We're doing BNSF, hitting 16 there, so I'll slow down just a tad bit. We got a flashing yellow. We look at the flashing yellow. If it's over red, it's approach medium. And that says this signal's cool, but the one after it, you can't go more than 40 past that one. I mean, I started slowing down. I'm doing 18, but I'm going to go ahead and give it gas because I got 60 feet to go. All right. Pedal to the metal. I was trying to do notch 4. I went notch 5. All right, belling off. Let's look at our couplers. Why is it not? Oh, because I have to have my mouse here. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, let's bell off on the lead. Get rid of that yeller. Might have something stuck there. Ain't stuck no more. I think we left one in partial. Oh, everything looks good. Back speed's 50. We're going downhill slightly. Temperature's 80 degrees. I disagree. It's actually 64 right now. Of course, I'm not in LA though, so it could be a little bit warmer because they're closer to the ocean. What do I want? 32, so we'll start taking off some power a little bit. 2.9s are HPT right now. We're good to go. Got clear, so now we no longer have to slow. Let's go ahead and hit our 50. Got a couple miles, probably 20, I'm guessing. If I look at the map, again, I'm going to go to depot map. I'm not going to pop it up for you guys because I'm just going to count mile markers. So we're at about 145, somewhere in the vicinity of 145. Going up 157, so 15 miles to Laja. Not stop and go traffic like all the other folks out here are right now. So we'll doing 38. Gonna take a picture of that for Poolan Baseman. That's our number. And this says I can do 50 right there on the left. Got 10 miles. Clear. Clear eastbound. BNSF 2085. So we're gonna go. I know there wasn't too much. I saw a cut or two in the Laja A Yard before when I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do depot. Laja A Yard is the tracks. The yard tracks where we're going to, which is the eastbound, the easternmost tracks, not eastbound, but the eastern ones. You got some on the west, you got the middle ones where most of the work's done, and then the ones on the east side. So those ones are 2,100 feet-ish, 2,000 to 2,100 feet. So if there's a cut, we add both of those, you know, we're gonna be at roughly 7,000. So that's the maximum that we can AI this due to length of the receiving yard in Barstow. We don't want anything over 7,000 foot. You can AI it up to the point of the yard, but most people, once they AI it, they jump off and go do something else, go to bed or whatever. So if you do AI it, make sure that you stick around so that you can actually be there when it comes in, because if it's too long, you got to break it up. You can't just leave it blocking all the tracks, because then nobody else can come into the yard. Got another clear. I'm gonna turn on the mile markers. Trying to turn off, because my mouse is over there. Trying to turn off the industry tags. I don't need to see those. Now we're just trucking along. Got a little yard work on this. Got a little road work. Gotta go all the way around. I was like, is that a crossing? Oh, we're slowing down a little bit. Means we got to give it more gas, more foot on the gas. Going uphill slightly. About 0.5% almost. Bandini. All right, so let me go back up and look at my map here as I'm driving. Bandini is 149.8. Again, we're going La Mirada, which is 167, so that means we got 17 miles after this. That was 15 overall, but it's a little bit more. Be there in no time. Not at 35 we won't though. Going downhill a little bit now. NS isn't helping us back there. I've isolated it. We've got plenty of power though. Rivera Intermodal Storage Yard. Gonna be UP stuff. Back to 38. Let's go up higher. Check out the horses on the cars. They're all empties though, so there's no weight in it, no problem. Making our transitions through our notches pretty basic. Not putting a lot of stress on them. The fact that they're empty helps a lot though. Next signal 1.4. Down a notch 4. We're getting close to our speed limit. We are going downhill as well. So accelerometer's showing us that it's pretty stable right there. Speeding up a little bit. Cars are slightly bouncing. This is a construction crossings under construction, I believe. One of them is. Yeah, this one. I only want to go one notch, thank you. All right, we got a speed restriction here. Oh, it's a permanent temporary speed sign. Permanent temporary speed sign for 50. It's the same as everything else. You've had one or two cars on the bar hold the brake and you had to cut them out. Yeah, I probably left that one in partial instead of opening all the way, I think. Angle cock that is, but yeah, it does throw things at you, but it always seems to throw it in the same areas and usually never at a good time. Like, I haven't had any problems where you've been on flat. It's always when you're on a hill or You know, the worst possible time frames to have dragging equipment. Like when you're gonna start again and you're gonna take the next 4 hours trying to go 20 feet. It doesn't seem to happen on downhill too much, or it does it if you can't stop it, then it will. So we'll just balance the power here between notch 4 and notch 5. We're coming up Los Nidos now. I'm reading the mile markers. Again, we're going to 157, so got like 5 miles to go, 6 miles. Be there pretty soon. Then we gotta drive through all of LMC, La Mirada. 400 miles of 15-mile-an-hour track. Stop that signal, and then we'll go set our switches. Yep. Just reach over, take a drink of water, can you? I get the lure go off on me every time I go to do something else, like take a drink of water or check. Usually when I check the map, I go on the dispatch screen and it just starts beeping at me like it knows. And so there's our approach, the advanced approach, and then we got the next signal stop. As far as on the absolutes.
BNSF detector, milepost 154.3, main 3, ambient temperature 78 degrees.
Truck's gonna get his nose cut off there. Yeah, right? Especially when you hear like the horns and everything. You're watching somebody else play Run 8, well, you're doing it yourself, and you hear something, or, you know, dings or whatever, and you're like, what? Or the alerter. Okay, so here is my my approach. We got to prepare to stop next signal, immediately come down to 30. We just got released from dispatch there because he knows the next signal is going to be a stop for us. I'm going in dynamics now to bring my train slowed. My required speed of 30. I didn't see an advanced approach. I only saw the one blink, the solid. We don't want to lose all of our speed off. We are going downhill just over half a degree, or 0.5%, not a degree. Now we're at a required speed of 30. See how well we can manage it from here. Norwalk coming up. Right after Norwalk, we're going to pass some industries, and then Norwalk is the 156.1, so we have a mile, just over about a mile and a half to go. Okay. Kind of finagling the dynamics here. Try to keep as much speed on as I can. There's a signal up there, it looks like. Go up here, check those signals are good. That's the one we're gonna get restricting to. Probably should have thrown that first. I need to turn my flashlight on. All right, so that'll get us in. See if we can even throw this now that I threw that switch. Nope. Okay, so see how it's not flashing? Not flashing because I need to pass it before this one is thrown. So if I do this, set it back, now you can see it flashing. If I were to throw it again, it would literally go back to solid. So as soon as I pass that signal, I'll jump up there and I'll pretend that switchman's already over there. Get it slowed down to 15 as we're approaching restricting. Once we get in the yard, I will, as soon as I get past the level crossings here in the yard, I will run and make sure all the other switches are lined up for me. Which hopefully I don't have any. Hopefully there's a way through. We're gonna find out. Usually it's a good idea to stop if you don't know what you're doing. If you're coming up on, you didn't already check it out. Okay, let me come out of dynamic. I got a little too slow there. Just one. There we go. So yeah, as soon as I pass this guy, I can run over here, stand on the ground. See our train over there. I gotta watch my overall speed, 15.5. Coming down now that I came off of it a little bit. Oh, it sped back up. Maybe whistled a little bit too early there as I'm under 40. Started the cycle a little too soon. Okay, now we'll run up here and check to make sure we got everything else lined up. Keeping an eye on our speed as we go. We got another crossing there. Coming through here. Like, yep, so that's lined up. Right here, that looks good. 10.9. Now we need to switch this. And we'll go all the way to the last track here. Those are good. Those are also good. Switch this, and then we'll throw that when we need to, which is the exit out. But we're going to grab, let's see, 2 cuts, and they're not full. So, yeah, we'll be able to take it all. Uh-oh. Okay, so we'll grab, there's some empties. I'll have to do somebody put these together for us somewhat, but they put the loads in the middle. So we'll have to manipulate it a different way. The real way to spend time is you have to pull them out and then put them where the where you can get to them, which is where we're going to simulate off stream. We're going to AI it, so it doesn't really matter. AI can handle it, but we'll grab those and send it down the road. But if a human was driving it, you need to put the loads up towards the power, because otherwise you're going to have problems with it. You're probably going to derail or break couplers. We're still on the main line back here. See if we can catch up to it. Yep. That's going in my HR file right there. Oh, I gotta close this switch here as soon as I pass it. Not this one. It'll be after the crossing. Technically could have just stayed on the main line and then backed up. That probably would have been smarter. But it is what it is. We're here now. I'm just running to the switch. Oh yeah, I still gotta do the graffiti too, like the custom graffiti. Future, look out for your guys' names. I'll be able to go back through and see who's chatting. And subscribed and all that, and then we'll put your names on some cars maybe. Of course, I will share all my work as well on the Mateo server, so you guys will have full access to it as well. Couple more cars to go. We should be good on the other end. Yep. I gotta get back here. Go. We're in the yard. I just got to get the other cars and probably will grab the full ones out, split them out. $90.85. Not sure why I can't get rid of all that now. There's some weird things sometimes. That's good. Now we're going downhill a little bit, so slow her down. I'm a rail driver. So obviously we use keyboard for certain things, but do a lot of it with the rail driver. Guys who hear me often say, come on, rail driver, I only wanted one notch, because sometimes he gives me 2 or 3. But even with that, I've tightened it up a little bit using that bread clip trick that the guy on YouTube showed us. Might need to do it again. We have Arco print me up some new connections or something for it. Got a 3D printer. I don't know that I could play with. I generally won't even play without it. If I go to a different house, my other house, and then leave it in one of the two places, I'm like, I don't even connect, because I can move trains and stuff with a keyboard only, but it's not the same. I have so much more flexibility. The rail driver had a little bit more finite control. I don't need that counter. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here shuffling those 2 or 5 or 6 loads out of there. Then I'm going to send this thing on the road AI. And that's going to I'll end it though for us today. Simulator Sunday. Started it in Malabar right before the stream. Went to LAJ, did all it there, and then made our way to La Mirada here, where we're going to be stopping here in a minute. That all took 2 hours, just basically get everything together down the road. But really appreciate having you guys here. I'll be back on Wednesday on Twitch playing some LA Noir. I'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. For the most part, I got to work that day, so we'll see how it is. But the next day's a holiday, so I think everybody's going to be leaving early. So we should be here at 5 on the left coast and 8 p.m. East Coast. And of course, after the holiday, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving with your family. We'll be back here on Sunday for more Simulator Sunday. Same time, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So everybody have a happy holiday, and we will see you next Sunday, unless we see you on Twitch. Guys, take care. See you in the next one.